9 races coming your way from Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on this Wednesday. Very warm welcome to our preview show. Really looking forward to the action. We're 2 days down the Cape Summer Festival of Racing, and of course this weekend we've got the Hollywoodbets Cape Guineas. Waterfield One Stripe is likely to start favourite. We've got the visitor Heather's Boy, who had a gallop here at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Monday morning just to see the track to go left-handed and just to blow off the cobwebs after travelling towards the end of last week. We've got some big names coming out to Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Saturday, and I suggest you do the same. Lots to go around, lots of action, lots of fun to be had. Like and subscribe, book your tickets. You know the drill. Like and subscribe to our social media channels. There'll be plenty going on leading up to the World Sports Betting Cape Town Met, but also through all the festival days and through every race meeting for that matter. There's something to tickle your fancy every single time you walk through these doors. And also not forgetting to book your tickets. Come and join us, come and be part of the fun and join the fair that comes from Hollywoodbets Kenilworth as we get through one of the most exciting periods on the South African calendar. Right, 9 races carded on this Wednesday fair. Just a reminder that of course this show is pre-recorded a good 48 hours before the action gets underway. Now race number 1 runs at 12:15. It is not part of the exotics. They begin in race number 2, a field of 14 carded. It does look to be a fairly shallow maiden plate for the fillies and mares. I've narrowed this down to 2 runners. Let's kick off with number 9, Meg's Legacy. This the half-sister to Oriental Charm. What a win that was on Saturday in the World Sports Betting Greenpoint Stakes. Brett Crawford and James Crawford now combine the yard, and Oriental Charm started his campaign, his season with a bang. Also, doff of the hat to Fatal Flaw and Pierre Stratum for winning the Grade 1. But let's go down the Oriental Charm route. Number 9, Meg's Legacy, the half-sister to Oriental Charm, put up a lovely debut behind Love Story, coming from absolutely nowhere, coming from the clouds, clearing a lot of beaten horses along the way, but definitely catching the eye in that final 400 metres to finish 2 lengths behind Love Story. I think that run will set her up nicely. Dennis Schwarz retains the ride for Adam Marcus. Adam was part of our perfectly placed package, and he gave a comment about this daughter of Legislate, and I think if she blows off the cobwebs and learns anything from her first start, she could be the horse that they all need to beat. The other horse that I've got a lot of time for is number 14, Heritage Ridge. Perhaps crucially, Richard Faree sticks with his daughter of Quirari at her penultimate start at Hollywoodbets Durbanville. She didn't enjoy the perfect passage coming towards the outside, testing out that ground, going back down the middle, running third to Priscilla Maisie. Last time, funny enough, she finished in front of Meg's Legacy, but I just think the improvement factor might be on Meg's Legacy's side. So what I'm going to do, box swingers in the first race, 9 and 14 to kick things off. Now we go on to race number 2 on the card. Start of the bipot, the Cape Turf Club Syndicates Open Maiden. They go 1,200 metres. 10-1 is when the race gets underway. I've tipped a bipot here for you to run through, but I'll do that in just a moment. It's not a race that's going to take too much winning. Obviously, the weights suggest that number 10, Greenlight Sky, and 7, Golden Ideal, being fillies, might have a little bit of an edge with their sex allowance. But a horse that I want to talk about is number 2, Master in Colour. Albert Steyn chatted to us on Perfectly Placed. Ashton Aries takes her out at number 2, Master in Colour, and there were some good vibes coming out of the camp. Got 57.5 kilos on his back. He's got signs of good runs. His penultimate start to regulation, the race that you're busy having a look at, was a fair run, beaten 4 1/4 lengths. Last time, I think he was outgunned by a very smart horse in the form of King's Quest. He was punted to the exclusion of the others, and he duly arrived. And I don't think there was too much disgrace there for number 2, Master in Colour. For me, these are the calmest waters he's been in. The fact that he's got 57.5 kilos on his back is going to help. The scratching at number 5, Palace Gift, is also going to help his cause. And I think that he'll be in the top 3. So I'd recommend the following bipot with number 2, Master in Colour, being a horse to focus on. 2, 4 and 11 in the first leg. By banker number 3, that's Master of the Desert. I think that'll be a premier banker among many in the bipot and the place accumulator. By 2 and 7, by 1, 3 and 5, by 4 and 7, leg 5, by 1, 2 and 5. A nice affordable bipot for you to go along with. I think the results went according to plan on Saturday at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, and let's hope that we can ride that particular momentum on this midweek card. Race number 3 is the first leg of the place accumulator. This gets underway at 1. Centenary Club Syndicate Open Maiden. They go 1,400 metres. hard horse to beat, isn't it? Number 3, Master of the Desert. He's been costly to follow along the way. Beaten 8-10 favourite, beaten at 17-10, and beaten at 2-1 last time by Cavalry Commander when going off to the front. It is a little bit of a concern that Canis Bass Robinson, among many yards here in the Cape and countrywide, been a little bit on the quiet side. Reports of viral challenges among some big yards here in Cape Town. But I think Master of the Desert might be able to overcome that all if he is indeed a horse that might be on the back foot. Elder de Meyer takes a ride for Candice, goes 1,400 metres for the second time in his career. I'd venture to say that his best run came over 1,400 metres when just nabbed by Water Dragon at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on the 12th of October. He returned as a gelding at the end of November, finished 4th to Cavalry Commander and what was a very tight finish indeed, beaten around a length. And I just think that the field that he's taking on, the opposition that he's taking on, might be a little bit weaker than what he is. And I think that he'll be able to come across from a favourable draw this on a Master of My Fate. I think his best asset was what he showed, funny enough, on the 23rd of October, turning it on from near the back of the field behind across the bar. He's maintained that form, and I reckon that he won't be out of the top 2 as far as bar pots and place accumulators is concerned. And I think that he can very well win it. So we're going to pick him up as a win. Race 3, number 3, Master of the Desert, the best bet on the card. Race number 4, start of the pick 6, 2 o'clock is race time. Genuine Indian Syndicate Maiden Plate for fillies and mares over 1,600 metres. I think it's actually quite a good start to the pick 6 as far as this maiden division is concerned, but there's a little bit of form to work with. The horse that I really want to focus on, though, is Diamond Bomber, number 7 on the card. Elder de Meyer takes the ride on their hands and knees. They finally got a draw with number 7, Diamond Bomber. Last 2 starts around the turn. Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, Hollywoodbets Kenilworth, cursed with deepest draws. Now comes into a middle draw, and I think it's all systems go for the daughter of Lancaster Bomber to possibly get into the number 1 box. We're going down the Domeyer Bass Robinson Road yet again. Second last time to Lavender Bay on that run. Finished in front of Exquisite and Hunga Tonga. I think 2 horses that need to be respected as far as top 4 credentials are concerned. But what's suddenly going to turn it around? I don't think much. I think she's got more in her favour this time around. She's a winner in waiting. She wouldn't be winning out of turn, number 7, Diamond Bomber. And I think that she will take all the beating in the first leg of the pick 6. But if she does come unstuck, there's a horse here that really interests me to potentially trouble her. Number 2, Blossoming Mind. I'm going to tip her second behind Diamond Bomber, but I think Blossoming Mind has to be respected. Ran behind Hope Chest last time. We saw Hope Chest go around in a grade 1 on Saturday, although to no avail. I don't think that she's all that bad as Hope Chest. This daughter of Vercingetorix is out of a Gold Cup winner at Hollywoodbets Gravel in the former Dynasty's Blossom. She was ridden by Naresh Jugla and was trained by Joey Ramsden. Step up in distance is going to help her. It's her first time over a mile. She has a good draw, does number 2, Blossoming Mind. I reckon she'll be very dangerous. I think she'll run into the top 3. And if she does step up in time, she might be a little bit run premature, but if she does step up in time, she could be back up in the pick 6, which I am about to present to you. So this is my pick 6 play at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on this Wednesday. 2 and 7 in the first leg, by 1, 3, 5, 7 and 8, by 4, 5 and 7, by 1, 2, 5 and 8, by field race 8, anything can win that, by 5 and 8 at the back. No bankers, but I think that we've gone light in a couple of races that might be able to help that spend. And midweek racing here, the Hollywoodbets Kenilworth does generally provide a big return. Let's now go on to race number 5, Race Cape, powered by Hollywoodbets Cape C Stakes over 1,000 metres. And my pick 6 numbers, as you would have already established, were 1, 3, 5, 7 and 8. I'm going to lead with a horse that's not my top choice, but a place fancy in the opening leg of Jackpot 1. Number 5, Impact Investor. His rating has dropped again from a 90 down to an 86. He's a beautiful son of Give Me the Green Light. He looks the goods. He's not really performing like the goods at the moment. Sean Veal takes a ride for Justin Snaith. Can we read anything into the jockey arrangements? Snaith's got 3 runners. Got JP on 9, Rafa Bay, which he has to ride because that is owned by Greg Bort. 6, William West gets the services of Craig Zaki. I reckon there'll be a little bit of experimentation between those 2 riders, Veal and Zaki, when they can't get Fanica and they can't get free on their runners. So 5, Impact Investor, down in class. He went to KZN for champion season. He ran 2 lengths to the Specialist. The Specialist is grade 1 place. Finally not ripped up any trees as a 3-year-old has the Specialist, and even a graded level towards the end of champion season at Hollywoodbets Gravel, running 5 1/4 lengths to Cat's Pajamas, who was doing good enough to run in a grade 2 on Betway Summer Cup Day up in Joburg. 3rd run after a race, number 5, Impact Investor, on the back of a rating drop. one of the type of fields that I think he'll go very well, and I think he's overpriced. I think he'll run into the money. I can't believe the price, and I'm going to motivate him as a place bet in the first leg of Jackpot 1. So that's my line of thinking. We're going back a long time to rope in the best form that he's shown, but I think he might be set for a big run. Number 5, Impact Investor in a wide open race. 3, Bluff on Bluff, winning chance. 1, Major Apollo, I think, has got a winning chance. 4, Red Bonnie McGrew, all horses that need to be respected. But there's no doubt the horse lurking under is a 3-year-old that might have a little bit more to come. Race 6 starts Jackpot number 2. It's off at 3:15. It's the celebrating Centurion member Kyan Kotson's birthday, Class 2, over 1,400 metres. Now, the frustration here is obviously the form of Dean Canameo's yard. We were with him on Monday morning to film Perfectly Placed, had a long chat to Dean, quite a couple of horses just coming back, not quite in the shape that he would have appreciated. There are, like I said, challenges around Milnerton Training Centre, so that all needs to be taken on trust. But if the best version of the Real Prince turns up at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Wednesday, this will not be a contest. He's a sparingly raced 4-year-old. He made his debut a year ago. This is only his 5th career start. Craig Zaki takes a ride for Dean Canamay. It's a 2nd run on return, but crucially was his 1st run on return in the Bantry Bay Stakes when receiving 6 kilos from Ziyasha and making up a lot of ground when likely to have been needing the run. He shouldn't have any issue with the distance because he is, of course, related to Gimme a Prince, who looks like he's on track for the Lomarog King's Place. He's also obviously related to Gimme's Countess, is the Real Prince. So that might be a little bit of a step towards the sprinting side because I don't think she got home in the Grade 1 over a mile on Saturday. But with all that said, even though there's a lot of potential in this race for the likes of Rapidash, who can do just about anything, and also Get Impressed, who's probably underappreciated by the handicapper, I think this will be an acid test for number 4, Real Prince, but deep down I do believe that he's capable of pulling it off if he is in the mood and everything goes according to plan. So the Real Prince is my top choice on just the best form that he's shown and on his local reintroduction. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up box swingers between my 3 choices, 4, 5 and 7, so Rapidash and Get Impressed to hopefully all run into the top 3 and we can catch a clean sweep of swingers, because obviously Rapidash, we know, won the Gold Rush as a 3-year-old, and Get Impressed, like I said, is underappreciated by the handicapper and also holds an entry in the World Sports Betting Cape Town Med. He'll have to show some mettle if he is to qualify. Race 7, the Cape Racing Sales Class 5, they go 1,400 metres, a field of 8 to face the starter. There's a bit of form to work with here. Let's start with number 1, Black Path, draw 1, 52.5 kilos on her back, the Peter Wrench trained daughter of Pathfork. Her penultimate start behind Senora Victoria has her running behind Trey Chic, but she didn't enjoy the best of passages. She was posted out deep, she raced wide, and she did very well to run 3rd, which she backed up with just a week ago, so fitness is obviously no issue, running 3rd to Dream Searcher, number 1, Black Path. She's pretty much in the same time, same place, same position, same weight, same everything. But draw 1, I think, is going to help her cause number 1, Black Path. And I think if she doesn't turn the form around with Trey Chic, she will at least go very close to doing so. I think that she'll run into the top 3. Number 1, Black Path, there was a bit of value with her last time out. I reckon there will be a little bit of value to her just because of the wide open nature of the race. And with Keenan Stain taking the ride here for Peter Wrench in a race of this nature, I think she's got to have a good shot. Number 2, Trey Chic needs to be respected. 5, Hang Out the Stars is always a player. Strictly Private, the maiden at this level, also needs to be given a second look. Although she's not done too much of late, in fact, she's not done too much in her career at all, number 8, Strictly Private. The clues and the trends are there that a maiden at this level could be very dangerous. But let's go number 1, Black Path, to at least run into the top 3 in the 7th race on the card. A very, very tricky race indeed. Race 8, the CRS Summer Sale, 23 January 2025, Class 4 for fillies and mares over 1,800 metres. Now, the key here is when you go and have a look at the run on the 2nd of November, which Lickety Split won, beating Green Isle, Among the Clouds, To a Penny, and Plum Pudding. Funny enough, Among the Clouds has the most advantageous swing at the weight. Lickety Split is up 1.5 kilos, Green Isle's up 0.5. Among the Clouds is at the same terms, and she's got a length to turn around with Lickety Split. She's got half a length to turn around with Green Isle, so there should be very little to choose between them. It's a very, very complex race where luck and running is going to have the biggest say. However, number 4, Green Isle, I'm going to make a very strong case for her. I think she can win the race, and I think that she is nailed on to run into the top 3. Here's why. Other than the fact that she's better off with Lickety Split, I think the fact that it's now her 3rd run after the race, she gets the services of Aldo Demayan, Eric Sands is now among the winners. I think Green Isle's the key horse in the race. You can't get carried away. I don't think it's the type of race where you can be absolutely nailed on 10 out of 10 confident that a said horse or any horse in this race is going to win it. But what I'm going to recommend is that in race 8, number 4, Green Isle will run into the top 3. Put her up as a place bet, and I think that she is the live wire when it comes to the penultimate on the card. Now, the last Hollywoodbets Bright Future maiden plate over 1,800 metres runs at 2 minutes to 5. 3 minutes after 5 to 2 minutes before 5 o'clock. And it's actually not a bad little maiden this. There are a few horses here that I think have a lot of improvement to come. There's some good substantial horses that have just been looking for the trip that will go around 1,800 metres, not for the first time, but look like they're maturing and getting there. And I think it's a very, very interesting maiden indeed. The key here is number 5, Bombers in the Sky, as we have a look at the run on the 23rd of November, where Congressman was just given a worldie of a ride by Corne Orfa, stole the race at the top of the straight. Congressman was so far clear, and it was just tough for any horse to make up the ground. Bombers in the Sky, for me, has always been looking for the trip. His best run was his last run behind Congressman when running second over 2,000 metres. Finally drops 200 metres, and he's on the winter course, so he's got 150 metres shorter as far as the running is concerned. But how's a horse going to stretch 13 lengths clear this time around? I simply don't see it. So number 5, Bombers in the Sky, is a horse that I think we need to take very seriously and has a winning chance. But past that, 1 Hemstarter going this distance for the first time could also be a very interesting runner. 6 Audibles, a beautiful son of Danon Platina. I think that he could also confirm the improvement that he's shown of late. Number 7, Woodworld, hasn't had the rub of the green. I reckon that he's allowed to definitely get into the top 4. And a very interesting horse as well is number 8, Okavango, who's by master of my fate out of the top mare, Sabina Park. Richard Ferree takes her out for Justin's Nath. He's also been looking for the trip. He was drawn in the sticks last time at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth and ran nicely behind Rich Folks Hoax. And it's also probably unfair to rule out the chances of number 10, Marine Merchant, as well. But all in all, the last race is always a nice race to play a quartet in because the pool's substantial. People have got a little bit of extra money in their pocket, or people are trying to chase a few rand towards the end of the day. Hopefully you got money in the pocket and you can take this quartet. Double float, 5 and 8 by the field. 5 Bombers in the Sky with Okavango, both of them to run into the top 4, and then maybe we can get a horse at a big price. Maybe number 4, Jet A1, can sneak into the top 4 and make those quartets pay. So that's a wrap as far as this Wednesday is concerned. That's an appetizer. There's no doubt the main course is coming your way on Saturday with the Hollywoodbets Cape Guineas, the famous mile here on the South African racing calendar. Some serious horses on that roll of honour, none least Horse Chestnut. Who will join him in 2024? Well, all of that will be revealed on Saturday. Come and join us on Saturday. Come and join us on Wednesday. Book your tickets. Have some fun. Watch some of the best horses in the country go around on Saturday. Some of the most promising horses in the country go around on Saturday. And hopefully the winners are on your side on this Wednesday as well.